Hey folks, it's Johnny Flynn, and Rob Sampson made a request that we be more vocal to get Lamont to give up his executive power, and I'd like to highlight this article today on screen, which is right here. Inmate population in Connecticut under 9,000 for the first time in 30 years. That's why the number of murders has doubled and the number of shootings has tripled. So Lamont's executive orders have caused hundreds of shootings and hundreds of murders. And if you look at what's happening, there are many, many graphs. Let me put one on the screen. Right here. Here's a graph. Put it on screen. What's it say? It says that he's releasing all the white people who went from 71% down to 31% of the inmate population. And it's saying that blacks went from 13% to 41% of the incarcerated rate. And Spanish, Latino, 10% of the incarcerated to 29% of the incarcerated. So lower populations have higher percentages in jail now, and all the pedophiles and white-collar crime people are being released. All your Harvey Weinsteins of the world. So if I were you, I'd listen to Rob Sampson, and if you wouldn't mind, let me put that on the screen for you here, right here. Let's play it. And let's switch to the Rob Sampson.
I'm State Senator Rob Sampson.
There he
Today
is.
is September 8th, 2021.
I keep asking him
Recently,
not to cut his hair.
He's
He's stronger when his hair is long.
Connecticut's public health emergency declaration with the blessing of the Democrat leaders in the House and Senate. Instead of extending them, it's time for the governor to rescind his emergency powers, which is his option and obligation at this moment. Based on the current number of hospitalizations and deaths resulting from COVID-19,
He takes the
there
state's
is no
facts
current emergency
about how
and there
low,
has not been for a long picture for us.
how low
While
the
every
number of
death is
people
tragic
are in the
and
hospital,
significant,
how many
it's worth
deaths
noting
there
that
are.
These are
And
cases
for
documented
example,
since the beginning of the pandemic, and many of them are the same people being tested repeatedly. A much more indicative number is the number of deaths. For the sake of argument, look at this
the data.
graph. Age
He's got
10
nice
to 19 shows
information here
45,000
about the
plus
population,
positive cases.
the age group.
20 to 29, almost 67,000 cases. 30 to 39, 59,000 cases. Is that
Look at this.
while
This is the mortality
older
rate
folks over age 70
by age
have
group.
significant
One,
risk, and we should
between
be
0
looking
and
out
9.
for them. The number for age 60 since the very
4,705,
beginning of the
80
pandemic
and over.
is only
The majority of the
690
deaths,
as a
and many
total
of
number
these
deaths,
are nursing home deaths
to date.
caused by Lamont.
Add this to the almost daily hypocrisy from Governor Lamont himself and Democrats across the state. Like leaving the decision to individual towns to mandate masks.
Well,
something you would never do in a true emergency.
watch the video, folks. Figure out why the shootings are going up. Lamont closed a 4th prison yesterday. The article's right here. Montville. Okay. And the inmate population is at a 32-year low because they're letting them all out, folks. Which is not good. Not good at all. So, just wanted to thank you for following. I'm getting a lot more followers. We're doing great, folks. And there are new people calling me all the time, giving me more information. You know who I'm talking about from yesterday. It's a great day when you start getting intel from black ops that are worried and there are deadlines coming up when information has to be revealed, and it's coming. So as far as turning the light on, folks, I'm being told to keep my mouth shut, but there's evidence of all types of things happening all over the country that are positives. You don't see certain people speaking anymore. You don't see Hillary Clinton or Comey anymore. Where are they? Are they hiding in the closet? They might be. All is well. Things are looking up. By December 31st, I will be able to reveal what we've been learning. And it's up to you. It's not conspiracy theory. And I got a lot of good commentary about Detective Maloney last night. People are calling up saying, do you know how he screwed up my investigation? Do you know how he screwed up my investigation? Well, here we go. There's a 35-year-old murder where a woman was kidnapped in broad daylight. Norwalk went after the kidnapper for kidnapping, though no one's ever seen the lady before ever again. And you wonder why Matera is involved. Matera, who covered up 300,000 felonies, folks. 1,200 stolen checks. And I went to the Norwalk Police Department yesterday asking them to arrest the mayor, Harry Rilling. They looked at me like I had two heads. I explained to them that I have his email file between him and the Detective Bureau where, let's put it this way, there's a long line of financial crimes that will never be investigated in Norwalk, Connecticut, and Harry Rilling controls that investigation. Where's the money? Well, attorneys are claiming to be other people's attorneys that they don't know, and they're cashing stolen checks. And who's benefiting? The state's attorney again, folks. Here we go. You can't make this stuff up. It's bizarre. But Delphine Knight Brown cashed stolen checks. She's a Kelly Dry and Warren attorney. Mark Gregory, James Moriarty. There's many. There's over 10. Richard Charger. Ask me why this is important. Because they work for Kelly Dry, and Judge Adams was a partner. What happened with the court? The cases were dismissed by the judge when his partners were cashing stolen checks that he benefited from, and so did, obviously, Detective Maloney. We'll see how that works out. But if you have an investigation, this guy has 30-something years experience as a detective, 30 years of covering up crime. And this is how the incarceration rate goes down. Non-prosecution of white felons, launderers, RICO, racketeering, organized crime, and they're throwing all the blacks and Spanish in jail while releasing those whites. The numbers are there, folks. I'm not making this stuff up. I showed you the graph. There's many more graphs. I have them on this computer. I can show you many more graphs that... Here, I'll put more on. Here, what's this? How many people in Connecticut in the criminal justice system? Do you want to see this stuff? I'll share it with you. Here we go. ProScan 2. Racial disparities. That's the graph of the reduction in white people being released. Here's another one. That's not the probation data. Look at the probation data. That's quite alarming. There's the probation data. State prisons, 14,000. Parole, 3,200. And 41,000 on probation. Do you know what the curve on probation looks like? I'm not going to show you. I expect you to find it on your own. But thank you very much for listening. And please heed Rob Sampson's warning that, yes, Lamont doesn't need executive power when we have a branch of government that's designed through ballot and voting to protect their own constituents, follow what their own constituents want. What's happening here is Lamont's working for D'Alio and other globalists to turn America into a third world nation, following Jim Himes and the rest of our Connecticut Congress ladies, DeLauro, Courtney, Hayes, and Larson. Look at what they're doing to the state. Have a great day. I'm at 10 minutes. Flynn2022.com. Make a small donation. I appreciate it greatly. We have a lot to spend money on. We have to initiate a lawsuit for 5G. It's going to be quite a bit of money. Thank you very much. We can stop the cancer rates and immune deficiency problems caused by 5G if we act soon. However, if we delay this infrastructure bill and the passage of 5G without any consideration for health effects of 5G is a big mistake. Maybe the biggest one since cigarettes. Maybe the biggest one since, I don't know, what the largest cause of death in the country is that sepsis, which is largely caused by the hospitals. Did you know sepsis kills 1 in 5 people in the world? Why don't they do something about that? It causes it killed more people this year than COVID.